Hello YouTube, happy Sunday. You guys probably noticed I'm in a new location. Probably need to stop swinging on this chair. You can probably hear that in the background. I hope everyone had a wonderful Sunday today. I feel like it was a great start to the work week. It's not very warm, but it's unusually warm here where I live to be the 1st of February. So it was a pretty nice day. I want to share with you all what I heard today in a sermon. So the minister was talking about how we should fulfill our purpose and not just go to church every Sunday and just sit there and go through the motions. We should actually put into practice what God has wanted us to do and has called us to do as Christians. And I started thinking about that, and I was thinking, well, I do go to church every Sunday, and I do have a full-time job, and I do have other activities that I involved in during the week. But what am I really doing for God, and what am I really doing that the purposes God has called me? Of course, I feel like that my purpose is teaching, because if you watch my other videos, you know that I've been a teacher since about August now. And I do feel like this is my calling, and it's something that I want to do for the rest of my life. Now, of course, there's some times where I check my weather channel to see if there's a full moon, because it's a lot of crazy stuff happening that day. But overall, I feel like that is my purpose, and I am very blessed to have that opportunity. But other than teaching, I feel like that my purpose would lie in writing. I feel like I have a purpose and a talent in writing. If you know me closely, you would know that it's kind of difficult for me to communicate my emotional state or my feelings through talking. I'm better at communicating my feelings and emotions through writing. And I feel like that I can minister to people through my writing and different types of writing that I do. So I decided kind of just on the car ride home today that I want to make a new book called Where One or Two Gathered. Now in Matthew chapter 18 verses 20, it says, "For 2 or 3 gather in my name, there I am with thee." So what Jesus is saying in that text is that wherever Christians gather in his name, he's always going to be there. Now that can be in church, that can be at your workplace, that can be in the Walmart parking lot. As long as there's Christians gathered in his name, called according to his purpose, then he's going to be there. So the reason I want to call this book Where One or Two Gather is because it's about this young girl who is getting help from her family and her friends and her community and her co-workers after a life-altering event happens to her. And you're going to see in the book how she is encouraged by people that are Christians and are encouraging her to keep going, although she has this life-altering event going on. Now, due to the fact that I do have a full-time job and have other activities going on, like for example, I have a lot of paperwork coming up. I have about 5 meetings in one day in March, and I have to prepare for that. I also have the amazing opportunity to be a bridesmaid in my best friend's wedding, which is in June. So it's a lot going on with that also. So this book may not be done within a year. It may not be done within 2 years, but I do want to make a commitment to at least start the book and try to, kind of put I wouldn't say it would be about me, but kind of put my life, personal experiences in the book, and kind of connect with you all that way and minister to everyone in that way, because I feel like God gives you a purpose, you should use it. God gives you a talent, you should use it, especially if you can use it for good. I used to watch a show called Seventh Heaven, and there was this young woman, and she was a minister, and she had a sermon one time during church, and she said in her sermon that purpose is not romance, purpose is not being the high school homecoming queen, purpose is not being the star quarterback. Purpose is something that you have just a real passion for. Your purpose is something that God has put in you that no one else really has that same talent, because everyone's useful in God's church. And I feel like that we should all try to find our purpose, and maybe we all have more than one purpose, like I feel like I may have. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys that information, so kind of stay tuned. I'll try to put updates on my book throughout the time that I work on it. Don't really know when it's going to be done, but I know that I do want to start it, and I do want to get the ball rolling and get back to writing, because that's a wonderful outlet for me, and also I hope I can minister to other people through my writing. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I have this shirt on today. It says, "In everything you do, do in love." It's 1 Corinthians 16:14. So remember this week that everything you do, you should do in love. All right, bye YouTube.